I don't know why my lighting looks like this. Let me turn up my thing because ain't no way. Like Chris Brown. There we go. That looks better. I've been called to get on live. Okay. I want to talk about something. You know, my Virgo ass is always frustrated with everybody else. Because you know how it is to be a Virgo. Maybe y'all don't know how it is. Plus, I'm an Aquarius moon. But I want to talk about this thing that came to me. And I want to do a card pull. I know once again, I know I've been gone for a while. I didn't even know that it was 6 months, to be honest. School came and then, you know, I've been working really hard on my own business. And I have been doing a lot of my readings on Instagram. So if you guys have not been on my Instagram, because Spirit is the same thing as this one, the name, I don't know why. Oh, I ran out of my mullein herb. That's why I'm out of breath. It really makes a difference. I haven't taken it for 2 days and I'm winded. So it works, especially for those of us who have asthma. But I've been doing my readings on Instagram a lot more lately. So make sure you guys tune in my Instagram. I'm going to start filming readings again here. Start doing everything, you know. I'm just trying to heal my Libra for balance. Okay, we have my business, 21 Royalties. I have this YouTube and Instagram page. I also have my health YouTube and Instagram page. I also have my main YouTube and Instagram page. Okay, so it's a lot cultivated in the cultivating. So I just thank God and praise God I have the skills to do everything that I can right now. And I just pray, I just thank God for the help that I know that will be sent, because God already knows that I need help. But I'm just grateful that I can facilitate what I can in the meantime. And I just ask that God helps me align myself and balance myself. Yeah, that's how you approach some shit. And you'll notice people will start coming to help you. People will start reaching out to you. You'll start getting more things. It's just the way that you do it. Let me take my glasses off so you know that I'm serious. I had a message that I caught on before I do the card pull. I had a message that I caught on with while I was talking on Instagram, and I was talking a little bit of shit. Well, a little more than a little, and a message actually came through. And the first message was that the first rapture isn't gonna be good. You know, I have a lot of prophetic dreams and, you know, things like that happen. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the realms. And I was watching Hood Healer Imani on live, and she mentioned something about, you know, things are going to come out of the water. And if your frequency is not high enough, they're going to attack you, right? And it reminded me of this dream I had. So essentially, this big creature came out of the water, like huge, like, bruh. But it was almost like the water was its cloak, if that makes any sense. So like it had a huge long cloak and it like attached to the water, and it like I don't know, I can't explain it, but it looked so realistic. And there was a whole bunch of other creatures that were going on, and you know, I was running. It was me, my ex, and my friend, and we were all running, and it didn't want anything to do with me. It was trying to get one of the two behind me. Okay, I don't know who it was, but I know it was trying to get somebody. And I just stood in front of them like this, and I just screamed, like I just yelled like on some Wakanda shit. Okay, and then it kind of was like, what? And then I did it again, and it just like was like, okay, almost like, well, this is on you now, type of shit. And then it like went away and started going to other people. And so it like when she said that, it just kind of clicked, and I'm like, you know what? It's really time for everybody to start cultivating their purpose and passion right now. Because when I explain this on Instagram, when you're living in your lower chakras, because a lot of you guys have been living in your lower chakras, y'all been living in the root chakra, you've been living in the solar plexus chakra, or not solar plexus, excuse me, You've been living in your sacral chakra, talking about walking around, I'm horny. Oh my God. I want to do this. I want to do that. Da, da, da. That's an indication that you aren't creative enough. Of course, you're gonna get you're gonna have urges every now and then, but it should never be anything to the compulsive, like you wanting to jump somebody or you feel like you need to, or like you have to get it out. You're not in your purpose, or you're in your passions. And that should allow for enough creativity when you are operating in that energy to where you don't have to worry about that shit. You're not stuck on that energy anymore. You're not, no. When you're doing what you're supposed to do, I notice me when I'm doing all my stuff during the day, I don't have nothing to do. Baby, I haven't had any relations since December. Are we hearing this? Sorry, I gotta like squint because my eyes, I don't have my glasses on. So, but it's since December. Why? Because I've been working and cultivating purpose, cultivating passions. I mean, we all have multiple purposes. Don't let somebody slow you up. You may have one purpose. You may just want to be one of those people, but at least for the mutable signs mostly and air signs, I feel like majority of us have multiple purposes and multiple passions, and we have multiple things going on for us. So I know me, I have so many things going on, but that doesn't like stop me. Like every day I just do what I can. I do what feels right. Today I was actually supposed to finish my campaign for my business. I didn't. I just did what I did yesterday. That was it. And that doesn't stop me. That don't mean I'm not working on my purpose. That doesn't mean that I'm not cultivating my passions. You understand what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that I'm not facilitating things still. Like I'm still working on my business stuff today, even though it was a relaxing day. I still am worried about my health. I'm still taking my supplements. I'm still doing what I have to do on my part at my end while I'm still living in alignment. And, if I were to sit here and force some energy today, negative outcomes, because we have to flow with the energy. But anyway, I just feel fed up for the people who haven't cultivated their purpose and passion. I'm gonna give y'all a good year. I shouldn't even do this because I feel like COVID, y'all was all supposed to sit your ass down and get back into the old you. Go back to what resonates with your inner child and figure out your old self, what's natural to you. When you were innocent, what's your natural instinct? What did you love to do? I'm doing what I love to do. I still get to do makeup. I always was playing in makeup since I can remember. I get to do nails. That's something that I always wanted to do. I'm doing hair, something that I always wanted to do, body care. Like I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. That's number one. I didn't care how it came. But I did. I've been into babies since I was 9. Like I learned I know so much about birth and like childbearing and rearing more than like the average person. It's kind of weird. Um I did decide to give up nursing and being what is it called? I can't even think of the word, but I decided to give that up because I felt like the integrity wasn't right and it wasn't fitting right with my spirit. And I'm grateful and I'm in gratitude that I made the decision when I made the decision. And I now no longer have to deal with that, being a doctor. And I don't like the way the medical field is set up. If I'm ever going to do that, it's going to be through like doula services, a midwife service, something like that. I'm not going to be doing that. But I could see myself having multiple. That's the thing about your life, baby. You can have multiple rebirths while you're like living your life. You can have multiple things while you're doing what you're doing. It doesn't have to be just one thing. A lot of people confuse you and make you think, oh, well, I only can have one passion, one purpose. No, that's not the case. You can have multiple purposes, multiple passions. Honestly, this is how, yeah, we're going to get into this. This is how I knew that I was doing everything right. Excuse me. my attitude got better. I got happier. I got more excited to wake up every day. And recently I had a reading with Shady Churros. Ooh. I had a reading with Shady Churros. She's an astrologer. And she was like, you're doing literally everything you're supposed to right now. She's like, you're living in your purpose, your passions, like you're doing everything you're doing. She's like, it might take time. It's probably going to take time. But she's like, you're actually kind of ahead of the game. This is what happens when you're in alignment with God, when you know what you're doing, when you slow down, because there has to be a period in your life where you slow down. And I praise God and thank God my slowdown and awakening happened a year before the pandemic, because if it happened during the pandemic, I don't think, no, baby. So, but you just have to slow down, recharge yourself, recharge your steps enough. Well, that must mean a good sign. You need to slow down and retrace your steps enough so that way you can actually see. That way you can actually be aware, and you will naturally fall into everything you're supposed to fall into. It will just come and flow like water, but never make the attempt to jump at something. Spirit gave me I knew that I had the intuitive gift of reading cards or just being psychic in general for a very long time. But I was like, I don't want to like read for people. Recently I just started picking cards up for people. I didn't jump. I haven't jumped. Recently on my Instagram, I haven't been. I did it once, but Spirit told me to start pulling cards for people. I'm not charging anybody shit. I'm not asking anybody for money. I'm not asking anybody for rewards, or I don't know what is going on, child, with the connection. Let me turn off my Wi-Fi on my phone. Are we okay now? Okay. But I'm not asking anybody for money. I'm not going overboard. If God tells me to do something and it's clear, I say, okay, I'm not going to question you. I'll do it. But 9 times out of 10, I'm like, are you sure this is what you want me to do? Be positive. It's right here. We're good. You know what I mean? I make triple extra sure that this is exactly what's in alignment for me before I start jumping or moving or doing anything. I feel like that's very important. And I think a lot of people misstep that because they see something and they want that particular thing. Like, I'll give an example, like people being an influencer. Like, a lot of people want to be influencers. I understand, but there's a lot of negative shit that comes with it. I've been on this influencer journey since 2015. I took a lot of breaks, if I'm being honest, but it was about 2015. It takes a lot of work and dedication. It takes integrity. It takes hard work. It takes so much stuff from you. And if you are not grounded, if you're not a solid person, if you got to have the skills there's a lot of things that it's almost like being a stripper. Like, if you can't tolerate being a stripper, I don't think you could tolerate being an influencer, because it's pretty fucking close. Like, as somebody who has been there and been down that road, it's pretty close. Pretty freaking close. I can't make it up. It's true. But when you're in alignment or you're operating in alignment, things are coming easier to you. You're starting to flow. When you open up, when you come out of your shell, when you're more honest with people. Imani was even saying that, and now it's clicking to me, because now that I'm opening up more about on my business page about my life and why I'm doing what I'm doing and why I'm here, it's like more people resonate, more people follow, more people stay, more people communicate. You know what I mean? So it's truly about self when we see that. But back to this purpose, it's really time for us to start getting into alignment, getting out of these lower chakras. Y'all, by the end of Libra season, because I see scales. Honestly, by the end of Libra season, y'all better be in your solar plexus fucking energy, because Spirit's not playing with y'all, and y'all are about to get snatched up out here. I'm not trying to fear monger or put people in fear, but people are going to make it and people aren't. every reader I feel like has been preaching this for quite some time. So if you haven't been on that energy, you haven't been on that frequency, you haven't been trying to vibe higher, you haven't been trying to elevate yourself, get into your passion, dive deeper. If you haven't been doing that, now's the time to hurry the fuck up and do it now. Get out of that energy. Get into that solar plexus. The solar plexus energy is pretty cool over here. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it could be a little exhausting. Yeah, it's a lot, but I'm happier here. I'm not miserable. I'm not worried. I'm not angry. I don't panic. I don't have anxiety here. Like, it feels good. It feels warm here. That's probably why oh my God. I just thought about that. Lately, I have been so much, my body temperature has risen so much more than the average. No, I don't have a fucking fever. But like, usually I'm cold blooded, so I get cold easily. Lately, I've been so warm. And so, yeah, actually, that makes a lot of sense. So I'm just proud of myself for elevating and getting to this point. But it's really time for you guys to start stepping up, getting to that point, elevating in that energy, getting into the right energies, okay? Because I saw 1616. We're going to look it up before I pull these cards right here. It's time. It's been time. And time is an illusion. So what does that fucking tell you? I think that you guys forget that we're all here at a specific time, at a specific place on purpose. Obviously, duh. Divine time. That's what I don't get. If you believe divine timing, then why, if you believe in divine timing, then why do you have fear? Why are you scared? Why are you hesitant? Why are you know what I mean? Why do you feel these ways? Because it doesn't align. But anyway, angel number 1616 brings a message from the angels to keep your thoughts uplifted and positive and let go of material matters and concerns. The lower chakras. You can't make this shit up. Hello? Angel number 1616 may also be suggesting that a new relationship is imminent, either with a newcomer or through a reignited love in your existing relationships. Okay, that don't mean, you need to get a partner, blah, blah, blah. Y'all be forgetting that relationships can be anything. That could be your relationship with spirit. But, I feel like we're going to start it backwards today. I'm resonating with this. My solar plexus is lighting up. We're going to start with a message from the universe. Usually I end with this, but it's resonating right now. So we're going to get into it. Okay. Message from the universe. What is going on? What do these people need to know? Spirit, allow me to be a vessel for your people right now. Okay. Allow me to not tarnish the message. Allow the message to flow freely. Allow their higher selves to come through, their angels, their guides, to give them the message they need. Okay, and so it is, and so it be. It's done. Ashe. Boom. There is a stream of love supporting my dreams. Hit him with the shoulder. Hit him with the shoulder. Okay, it's not even trying to be ego, but it's like, don't play with my psychic. Don't play with my psychicness. Do you see this? There is a stream of love supporting my dreams. Y'all are scared. You're scared to take that dive and leap, and I understand. I feel the same way a lot of the time. Sometimes it is scary. But that doesn't mean hesitate. That doesn't mean, I'm not going to move. That doesn't mean, I can't do this, or, I have to do, you know what I mean? There's ways to move and maneuver in your life to get into a position that you need to be in. There's ways to do that. You can't be fearful. When you're fearful, you don't have. Okay. Spirit's saying we're going to go here. So we're going to go to the Aboriginal deck. I just feel like you guys need patience. You guys do need reflection. Y'all need mirror work. I think you guys need to enhance your self-love. That's just kind of what I'm seeing. Like, you guys need to get your self-love more together. Say affirmations to yourself, because this is what's going to help your solar plexus energy. It's going to help your confidence be boosted, and it's going to help you move in the ways that God wants you to move. Once you start loving on yourself, once you start appreciating yourself, once you start healing those areas that have hurt you, instead of holding on, instead of living in resentment, and living in fear. I'm also seeing somebody's mother. So maybe like a parental figure or something has distorted your views. But this is why I keep telling y'all to watch The Hood Healer, because like the messages. Okay, what was she saying? She said that, I'm trying to think what she said. She said that essentially, if my poor cat, you want to listen to the message too? He's like falling asleep staring. But she said, like, for those people who these people aren't successful. These people aren't happy. They aren't ground. They're not doing what they need to do. They haven't found security. They're 40, 50, paying on a house, and they're old and just getting homes and things like that. And so, they're not happy with their own relationships. They can't cultivate good, long-lasting relationships and shit like that. It's like, how are you going to let those people tell you how to live? And I feel like that's very much in alignment with this. Like, maybe you guys see that, or, somebody's passed on and, you made a promise. Okay, but your promise to God is bigger than anything. Your promise to live your purpose is bigger than anything. I'd rather live my purpose than tell my mom. I tell my mom all the time, sorry, I'm not doing this. I know you don't like me cussing, but a Libra Mercury, I have an air sign in my Mercury. I'm going to cuss. It's just me. It's authentic. I've never met a Virgo that has never cussed. I mean, they might say hell, but I've never met a Virgo that has not cussed or doesn't cuss. So it has to do something with Virgo and air sign. I don't know what to tell you. But, excuse me, I'm hearing image. So, yeah, I think it's your ego getting in the way. That's all it is. You got to strip yourself of that. But we're going to pull a card, Spirit. So what's the energy for these people? What do they need to know, see, hear, feel? Yeah, it's ego, baby. And, we have to realize that ego is good for us, and it can be, but, how far has our ego taken us in the past? How far has what has our ego done for us when we use it unnecessarily? You understand? Does that make sense to y'all? I like my cards to fall out. I'm not one of those people who like to pick on the pile. Compassion. Okay? I feel like we got another one. I feel like with this compassion card, though, it's like you need to be easier on yourself through your transitions. And it's okay to not know what you want to do. I think that's another thing that's a problem with people. You have sadness here. So, yeah, I just think that you guys haven't clicked. Like, it hasn't clicked for you yet. It's so hard to explain. Sometimes I hate seeing the pictures and having stuff, and then the messages are like kind of distorted. Like, it's annoying. We also have the responsibility card. I just want to pick that up. But you have to have compassion for yourself when you're going through your transitions in life. If you don't know your purpose or passion or whatever the hell, or where to go or how to go or whatever, lean on God. That's where your faith comes in. Y'all so sad, worried about this, and my heart got broken, and now I have this big ass wall up and blah blah blah. I'm sorry, but nobody gives a fuck. You're too old to be like that. There's a line. Yeah, you can how can I say it? You can be resistant to bad energy because you feel that it's bad. But if you can't determine who has bad or good energy, you don't trust yourself. Yourself is your intuition. So that's your fucking problem. You walking around here with walls up for your fucking self because you don't trust yourself, because you don't have no intuition. I can look at somebody and tell you whether they're good or bad. I can feel that energy. Can you? Hello. Okay. This responsibility card, if you notice, it has chakras on it. Okay. That's just clarifying the message. You have a responsibility to your purpose. And guess what? If you don't fulfill your purpose, boom, you're gonna do this shit again, but worse. Okay? It's gonna be worse for your ass. And nobody's gonna feel sorry for you. You could be being a homeless begging. You could be born into homelessness, born into disease and all kinds of bad shit. And I'm not wishing that or trying to project that upon you, but I'm saying this is what you are cultivating for yourself in the future, especially specifically those of you guys who are going through your Saturn return, aka the what is it? I think you're 28 through 29 or 28 through 30, something like that. That's y'all. You're going through your Saturn returns. And what you guys don't realize is when you are going through your Saturn return and you're not cultivating your life, your purpose, and the good for yourself, and helping other people and doing your purpose and the things that you're supposed to do when you go through your Saturn return, that can affect you for the next 30 years. So you could essentially be fucked up for 30 years because you didn't want to get right, because you don't want to do what you're supposed to do. And in that time, you will or can possibly die. And then again, you're going to have to come back here. That's not fun. That's why I be on myself, because I'm not doing this shit again. I'm not doing it again. I've made that commitment to myself. I learned my lesson. I don't know what Aries South Node. That's because I want to do everything myself. And I didn't realize how much I needed community, and now I have my circle of sisters, multiple sisters, that have like helped me in such a beautiful way. But back to the cards. Okay. I'm just seeing like y'all sitting down, you guys meditate, like you guys returning to your practices, you doing yoga, stretching, you guys sitting outside, starting to create and cultivate your own meals, like just being a homebody in that way. That's what I see. So, Spirit, what do these people need to know, hear, see, feel about the things that are going on for themselves, to help elevate and fulfill passion? See, use your hands, okay? So it's time to get into some creativity. It's time to start cultivating something. It's time to start making something. You're just confirmation. That's how you know you be psychic, is when the cards are confirmation to the message, okay? Hydrate. You can't, the thing is, she has her third eye open right here. You kind of see the third eye, right? A lot of y'all think, oh, I got headaches because Spirit's funny. A lot of y'all think y'all got headaches because you're trying to receive messages. No, baby, you're just dehydrated. Here we have massage. Okay, are you taking care of your body? I know I gotta go get a massage very soon. Okay, I'm about to be on it next week, and a chiropractor, and maybe even acupuncture. I do feel like there's one more in here for you guys, but it's definitely time to start just reuniting with yourselves. Yeah, you got a lot. I'm just gonna give y'all everything that just fell out right now. Look for fairies. You got to be on a real high frequency to see fairies. I've seen fairies maybe twice, but it was quick glimpses, okay, that I can remember. Your frequency has to be at a certain level to see fairies. So that's telling right there. Drink tea, okay? Make a vision board, okay? I'm here to surround yourself. So this is Spirit saying, who are you surrounding yourself? What are you surrounding yourself with? What are the frequencies that you're drawing in by the energies that you have been cultivating, or who around you has been cultivating? It's very, it's hard when you're creative and then you're not around creative people. You're not around motivated people. You're not around people who have purpose or passion. It's really hard. It's really freaking hard. So then you have to create your community that has this, that has the passion, that has the drive. So you can start with the vision board. What do you want? What are you asking for? Who are you asking for? You understand? Next, we have watch a movie. Okay, get into a documentary. Okay, relax. If you've been overdoing it like me, that spirit saying sit your ass down. I know that message was for me because I feel it today. My eyes are actually swollen. That's why, like, can you guys see my eyelids? Like how here, super swollen. But that was just because of yesterday's photo shoot that I had, and obviously I'm staring at lights, and I don't have my glasses on. You know that's gonna bother your eyes after a while. So you know, but take some time off. But that don't mean take some time off. Work on some shit. Like I'm working on next week's content from my business page. I'm taking some time off, but I'm also working. I don't know what that's like. Okay, so I feel like this is the real messages. I'm starting to get really hot, heating up right now. I've seen a little boy. Something with somebody's son going on. I think maybe that you guys need to. So it has to do with motherhood, essentially. I feel like a lot of people forget that motherhood is part of your purpose. And through motherhood, a lot of times through motherhood, that is your ticket out. That is your ticket out of this system, out of this paradigm. You know how many people like to watch mothers, hear mothers' advice, hear what other mothers have to say, see what other mothers are cooking their kids. I told this to somebody, hop on YouTube and start recording it because I saw it. But you have to let people make their own decisions and choices for themselves. But when you become a mother, you no longer are essentially looking just at yourself. You're now a unit. You're now a legacy. You're now joined together. Okay, that's my fucking name, bitch. That's what it means. We are one. I think that you guys forget about that we are one. We are all togetherness, especially when we have children. That legacy, that's part of you. That came from you. That grew in you. And so there is no, oh, I'm going to cultivate my purpose. No, we're cultivating our purposes now. Okay? So 2, we have deception and truth here. Because y'all are getting caught up. So you see this deception card here is the siren. So it's like a mermaid or whatever. And a lot of times, you see movies and things like that the mermaids or the sirens actually decept people and they end up killing them, or, the people used to deceive the sirens and harm them and things like that. And so it's kind of like, what harm are you drawing in or focusing on that's actually keeping you from the truth? That's actually harming your mental state. That's actually keeping you in these lower chakras and frequency. It's very important that we cultivate a community around us that is in our same mode, in our same boat. You understand what I mean? Let me keep going with this. I think you guys just forget the roots. You guys have to go within self. It's all about going within self. It's all about starting within and with God and having God to truly guide you to where you need to be and what you need to see and how you need to go. A lot of times, we take these footsteps. This is a divine message right here coming in. We take these footsteps and it's like the steps don't show up underneath you until you put your foot down. Is that making sense? It's like there's no pathway that you can see in front of you, but you just have to walk. And when you step down, there's a stone there. And a lot of you guys don't don't understand that's how it works. That's why once you get on the path, you start to get scared because you're like, I can't see the path. I can't see the path. Well, when I do it, I see the path, so I'm gonna do it. That doesn't mean that it's the fucking right way. Duh. That doesn't mean that what you're doing is the right way. That doesn't mean how you're cultivating is the right way to cultivate. Okay? We have fate right here. It's time to live in your fate. Is that it's time. You're okay. So here it is. You're either gonna live in your fate or you're gonna live in your fate. There's two options. You're either gonna go with your purpose and your passions and do what the fuck you were supposed to do and why you came here, or you're gonna fail and you're gonna do the shit again. And it's probably gonna be worse conditions. I don't know. You might come through in a different dimension, in a different body. Baby, if you like to talk a lot, you might just become a fish. Like, that might be your thing. Living in Petco or some shit. That might be your fate. Now, how you going to cultivate purpose and passion in that environment? You understand what I mean? We have to understand our truths, and we have to understand our messages and understand our being. Does that make sense? You know, you don't know better. We always think we know better, but when you look back over your life, right, and every time that you thought you knew some shit or you thought you were better, and then you just surrendered and let God take over, wasn't it always better? This is the angel number I saw. So 3633 is a sign that your guardian angels have an important message for you. They are letting you know that they are always looking out for you. You need not to worry about the things that you have no control over, because your guardian angels will take care of the same. Okay, I feel like we have one more card coming, and that's it. That's it. Wisdom. You have it. You have the tools. You have the knowledge. You have everything inside of you. You just have to wake up and open up enough. Stop watching TV to go to bed and listen to chakras. Listen to sound bowl frequencies. Chakra frequencies are sound bowl frequencies. That's going to start waking you up in your sleep. And not like waking you up, but it's going to start transforming you while you are resting. It's going to help protect you while you're resting. It's going to help reset you while you are resting. Okay? I feel a fast coming on. I feel like I'm going to have to fast very shortly here, because I don't have an appetite anymore. Like, I'm just like, So that's probably going to come next week. It's about time. We got to get on it. You know, when we're called to do things or do stuff, or we get these divine messages and we know they're divine, it's time to move on it. It's time to get on those chapters and move on to those areas. So if you're concerned, this is your message. For those of you guys who want to know how to cultivate purpose and passion, go to the Hood Healers OnlyFans. Go to the Hood Healers OnlyFans. Go to the Hood Healers OnlyFans. Do the Inner Child Intensive. And then go get a reading with Shady Sherrills. A lot of astrologers can tell you in your chart, and 90% of the time we're already working in our purpose, or we've thought about our purpose. We just aren't sure of it. You know what I mean? So do that. But we're going to have multiple purposes and multiple passions, because that we are complex beings. So don't feel like, oh, I have to do this and I only can do this. No. You have many rebirths during your lifetime. And so through each rebirth, you guys can transition. I know I'm going to eventually be a doula. I see that for myself. I really do. I see myself being a birth worker. I always have since I was little. But I also saw myself being into makeup, being into hair, being into jewelry, perfume. And I was into fashion. I still am into fashion, but into cooking. Like, I'm into a lot of different things. And so we just have to learn how to balance, what is resonating with you right now in this season. As I say this, what is coming to mind for you right now? Because I feel a lot of you guys have a job, but it's not your purpose, it's not your passion. So what is it? How are we cultivating it? Excuse me, what are we really wanting to do? And why are we doing what we want to do? And that's the last that I'm gonna say. I love you guys. Okay. Hope this message resonated. I'll be here again. I'm gonna do readings this weekend, so I guess we'll start with Virgo since it's about to be Virgo season. And yeah, so the readings might be sparse. Okay, it might be a couple days, 3 days, 4 days, a week. But you guys are gonna get your readings, and they're going to. My readings are potent. Okay, and it may not be potent for your sun sign, but your rising, your moon sign, your Venus sign. Okay, all of those things you guys can look up when you guys are doing the readings. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for participating. Again, Instagram, that's the boo right there. I'm gonna try to continue with daily card pulls for you guys, so you guys can have good messages coming through. All right, I love you guys. Peace.